The sun. What could go wrong? The sun, you must infiltrate the Emperor's palace and kill him. Oh. Okay. I guess it's time after like 20 missions of hype to just kill the shit out of this dude. We don't have a companion? What the f- We have no companion and no supplies. Why did we even bother getting friends in this game? They're not gonna come with me on the actual kill the Emperor part of the game, which is like seemingly what the whole campaign is pointing towards, I thought. And why don't I have supplies? Confined space. The confines of the sewers don't allow you to bring along loadout cards. You'll need to find equipment along the way. That sounds dumb and not true. Why wouldn't I be able to just like drag like supplies behind me or something? It's like, oh no, I can't squeeze through if it's too skinny. Only my body can fit. Okay, fine. Have a bag behind you with a rope attached to it, and you can drag that behind you. As long as it's not wider than you are, it'll fit. Fucking be resourceful around here. It's like in the recent episodes of Walking Dead where they're in like a trash town, and it's like, oh no, we can only get in and out the front gate. We couldn't climb over these piles of garbage that we keep climbing over to get out. That'd be crazy. No one would do that. Oh no. Well, I have no idea what the situation is, so badoing. What do you suggest? You suggest Lady of the Lake? Ordealed by iron, exploding doodads and stuff? Ooh! Ooh! It's a multiple platinum scenario. Ain't that interesting? Ain't that interesting after all? Okay. You're gonna tell me you only want 2 platinums? Nay, I say. Illicit trade is too dangerous. The fight against the undead, the Empire is just too strong. Ain't doing these new cards. Ain't falling for that trap. It's never a good thing. I can find some other equipment grabbing one or something. First of all, I need to pick another platinum. You think I'm just gonna not grab all the platinums I can? Let's see. That's a good gain card. That's a curse destroyer. There's no mention to curses necessarily, though. St. Talis Day could give me blessings, which can help me with various things. This can give me gold. The Elder's Gift is another way of getting platinum equipment. I can kind of go either way, but yeah, that's another chance of getting platinum stuff. Let's take a look at my actual equipment cards real quick first. Maximum platinum cards 3, and they brought none. Alright. You know what, let's just not even bother. We already know that they're gonna mostly grab me a bunch of platinums they're mostly gonna grab me a bunch of random crap. They always do. Let's start by switching to Empire cards, and pick what Empire cards I want to go with. Empire's Burden makes sense. The Frontier Barbet? What does that do with Empire again? Bash an enemy in a block or remove their armor to create a brief stun. So it just adds a stun to some of the other stuff. But it's also a decent item generally, so it's fine. What's your Empire thing? Oh, it's mages. That's not as explicitly Empire. We don't know if the mages will definitely be there or not. Whereas this is a decent weapon, at least. Are those really the only Empire cards? Huh. Well, that gives me a helm, that gives me a weapon option. Let's look at my plats. So, go to category type. Artifact. Lionheart's always a really good choice. Let's just bring Lionheart in.
I guess that card is one of your favorites. I don't see the appeal.
It said platinum equipment, so while I'm used to associating that one thing with Retha's Ire, I assume that you can get Lionheart via the Elder's Gift. I hope. Otherwise it'd be, disappointing. Let's see, I've already got 2 of these. I don't remember there being more that I can really use in camp necessarily that I'd be all into. What is Pillager's Pride again? Ignore traps? Eh.
Oh no, I better avoid those nasty traps.
It'd be much more interesting if traps were ever in combat. It's one of the weird details is that the first game had traps in combat, and then they just disappeared in the sequel. The traps are in their weird little isolated dungeons where they aren't really a threat, generally. So prepping your equipment specifically for them just seems like a bad call. Well, that looks pretty radical. Don't know what it does, but it looks radical. This gives you a bonus when you use one-handed weapons, which I probably won't be doing. More fame whenever you gain fame. Sure. Dispels a curse. Could be very handy just to have that happen. Just be like, haha, no curse for me. Anytime a blessing is gained or lost, draw a gain card. Also not bad. I don't know, I'd kind of go all over the place with this one. I would hope for a more explicitly anti-Empire bonus. More gold whenever you draw gold is fine. Armor of Gluttony. Gain food when you gain food. And then gain more defense with your food. Let's go with that. That could come in handy. We need... I have a helm. Let's go... If I do the Assassin's Blade, I don't really need much else. You can't bash people with this, though. Maybe I shouldn't go with a weapon that you can't even bash, especially if I'm not bringing other things. I probably should just bring Retha's Ire. Anti-armor weapon. I'm not using up my platinum slots yet. What are my other platinums? I don't think about the platinums here. There's Odysseus Charm, Reaper's Arrow. They are mostly... Yeah. Oh, no, we have some rings. Grifter's Companion. Optionally nudge the results to the next card during a wheel gambit. Problem is I don't know if any wheel gambits will exist, so it could be a useless thing. And it would be a bummer if, like, I got to the Elder card and I drew that instead of Lionheart or Retha's Ire, so... Getting a platinum just for the sake of it is not the best call. So I should avoid that. I've got a weapon, don't need a shield as a result. I've got artifacts, I've got armor, I've got a helm. Go all in on rings for a ton of bonuses. Undead, no. More healing from eating is good. We shouldn't be dealing with healers or snares. Fire being weaker works against any mages that they might throw at me. That has nothing to do with anything. +2 to dice rolls, yes. I don't know if I want to risk that, mixing things up. Anything that helps me with the gambits I'll throw in there because they could help, and I don't know what's going to come at me. 5 food from a blessing. Not a high priority, but it's there. Sacrificial Bond could be very good for saving my life. Tiger's Eye is a fantastic card, like, period. Other than that, Ring of the Feast, it's really edge casey, but sure. Maybe throw in an alternate helm choice, just in case. Ah, I'm not used to having so many slots to fill out. It's a regular. This is the one that gets you healed, right? +5 life if you kill the right guy first. Remove a card from wheel gambits. It's alright. Let's fill it out. Ah, we're back to here.
You do like that one, don't you?
Get ready for that to be heard, probably. That can give you a bunch of food, not the worst choice. Let's look at my deck for any more things that can give me equipment, just to deck me out. Equipment, any, sure. Caravan robbery's alright. Steagle Pumpkin That can give you a thing? It doesn't just give you... I thought it just gave you food. That upgrades... This is the one that upgrades the Empire Burden card. I might as well bring that in if I'm bringing the Empire's Burden in. Which I should double check to make sure I am, then I didn't remove it or something. There are a lot of equipment cards. Thomas the Ogre's pretty great. How did you not recommend me to bring that game? That card's fantastic. This is the one where you just require fame? So, yeah, it's a fame check, where you gain any. I'll throw that in there. Alright, just to double check that I did in fact bring Empire's Burden, otherwise that card's gonna be completely pointless. It might still show up at the wrong time, but we'll see. Alright, let's see how bad I die.
Do you think this offers a conclusion to your story? Regicide. Yet it has already been and gone. Removing a figurehead is only the beginning of what is needed.
That looks like a darkest dungeon, doesn't it? Look at that layout. Palace sewers. General Flint Hollow has provided you with the secret route into the Emperor's palace. Unfortunately, it takes you through the city's sewers. As you wade through the grime and muck of an entire civilization, the voice of the hermit echoes once more in your mind. You must kill the Emperor, but that will change little. Kill one and another will take his place. Yet all of this will guide you to the place where you can make a real change. You are coming closer and closer to the moment when things are no longer determined for you. You take comfort in the presence of your companions and call one to your side. You can swap companions at the campfire. Oh, neat. Funny how they have their equipment, huh? Like how she's got a giant hammer anvil, and he's got a mega sword and stuff like that, and he's got an instrument, but I can't carry some apples with me? Sure. Always the magician. He's just good at making me not die until I know more information. Malclips is the good default character, and then I switch to other people for gambit reasons or something when they come up. Malclips joins you. You know, this reminds me of a time when I got swallowed by the great vomiting golem of Padrithanon. Only it didn't smell as foul as this gullet as it does here. Escape the sewers before you run out of moves. Run out of moves? Malclips stares inquisitively at his feet. Either we're sinking deeper into the filth or the water level's rising. We should make haste. Escape the sewers in 40 moves. Flood level is low. Okay, let's start moving then. I'm gonna go for the opposite corner of the map.
Where are you?
I'm gonna use Darkest Dungeon logic, where I just go to the opposite corner of the map and hope that works out. But taking the most efficient path around the map might work better. I don't know. Glistening water. Something glimmers in the murky, mucky water of the sewer. With some apprehension, you reach down and pick it up. Bom, 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 bom. Oh, fuck. Alright. Hey! You find a small cache of coins half buried in sewer muck. This must be your lucky day. Alright, well, based on that information, choose a companion. The one that does cards. Until I get contradicted or something. Just, you know, seems like a move to make. This was a recommended card, but who knows what that means anymore. Ordeal by iron. A midwife confined to a pillory cries out to you, proclaiming her innocence. I'm not a witch, she cries. She's accused of practicing necromancy after she brought a stillborn back to life and is due to stand trial in front of the Inquisition. I was only looking out for the child, and now they will have me holding scorching iron to see if I burn. Of course I'll burn. And my controller just stopped working. Oh shit. I can mouse through this. So what happened is I nudged the battery pack and I'm like, oh, the battery pack's open. Oh, and I saw it pop up. I'm like, oh shit, I think I just restarted my controller, and everything's finicky lately. You promised to do whatever yes, this is the one where she's gonna get burned unless I oh no, this is a bad time to change my input.
The pendulum swings like a scythe. bearing
Do I
hope
click here?
or failure.
I don't know how to do it with the controller. Oh, that was my chance when it was all in sync too. I clicked, but nothing happened. Aha!
Breathe, you have done well.
With a single blow, he drops like a stone. You claim his attire, leaving him tied in a closet. The dealer draws the executioner's axe equipment card. Hi.
For some, too morbid a
Sure.
choice of weaponry.
I'll use that. As you perform the ordeal, I get 2 fame and she leaves. We've done that before. Alright, I'm gonna reboot real quick, because the game just stopped recognizing my controller as a result. And we're back. Yeah, things have been really finicky lately. I was having controller problems in Kingdom Come Deliverance, which is weird because it's a game that's made on consoles too, so it's weird that it has issues. And ever since I tried to troubleshoot those problems, I broke something somewhere. Now I can't even use my controller on my PC unless I specifically launch my games via big picture mode. But also now if my controller somehow gets unplugged and replugged in, like it'll like stop recognizing it and I have to reboot the game from scratch. I'm like, these are all new problems that didn't exist like yesterday. I'm like, why? And why do you have to go into big picture mode for anything? I'm on a computer.
Do what you can to find more food.
Flooded tunnel.
Tradition demands certain things of our game. You understand?
Is that where I started? Anyway, ooze, a viscous liquid coalesces on the tunnel ceiling overhead. Ariadne's warning shout arrives too late. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Vain man. You must appreciate that this game, has been my focus for more years than I can count.
Shut up.
I have a
Certain pride regarding its twists and turns.
The slime drops from the ceiling and splashes all over you. It burns right through your tunic. Oh no. What's going on back there? Am I to think that there's going to be flooded tunnels cards, like, sprawling across the map over time and replacing them, probably? Probably.
A careful ear reveals much that even the most observant eye can miss.
Okay, so we've had the first one. There was the shimmering stuff in the water, there was slime, and now there's echoes. I assume that each of these has a different gambit, so basically my trying to preempt them is going to be useless. I have to memorize what each one is and then reveal the map via some trick if I want to have a hope of picking the right companion, probably. Echoes. The sounds of the sewer reverberate clearly off the damp stone walls, alerting you to upcoming dangers. Oh! Echoes is the one that does that. So here I have a chance at seeing ahead. We have sewer lurkers and blocked passage, but I don't know what either of those are, unfortunately. Let's take a guess. We've done a wheel already, and we've done cards. For blocked passage, I would guess it'd be like a skill check for your character. Like you have to, like a strength check, in which I would guess it'd probably be a gambit, like a card. But I don't know if I even fully understand the logic the game uses for which gambit to use when. But I think that might be it. Whereas I imagine sewer lurkers means you get attacked by, like, a corrupted. Flooded tunnel.
It is dark, unpleasant, and unkind here, yet so is your quest.
I was right about it being dice, and goddamn, dice target of 18. Damn. I'm looking at the flooded passageways, trying to figure out what those mean. You would associate flooding with making a direction impassable, and yet they're showing up in areas that were previously impassable because they're showing up between the cards. Does that mean they are passable? So they're adding passages even though it's supposed to be flooding, which is, I don't know. Oh, you can swap companions here. Wait, was that an option in the other objectives too? No, because those were like ambush situations. So my options are to dig or ask Kolbjorn for help. The problem is I don't know how much asking for him to help will help me necessarily. But he has the explicit dice bonus ability, so I could try that. Because he can add a dice.
Back to the bones. I hope you have learned to be their master.
Wow. This should be easy. Unless it just don't get a 1. Ah, I saw the 1 and I was scared. I saw it.
Here sets the tone for your challenge.
You clear the debris from the tunnel and are able to proceed. Alright, so good to know that we do have the companions, by the way. I was really baffled when it seemed like the companions were going to be left out of this mission. They didn't mention swapping companions at the campfire in the briefing, which, admittedly, the briefing is rarely actually helpful. I forgot to buy food.
Damage will persist unless you can find a meal to relieve yourself.
I was going to specifically go to 0 food, then check to see if I could buy more, since otherwise I'm SOL. You find the hatch marked with a bronze sun that signifies the way out of the sewers. Oh. Neat. I should probably go to the next level, because I don't know how many floors the sewers might be, and I don't know if it's... I assume it's not 40 moves for 1 floor, because there's not even that many cards. Let's go to the next floor. Even though I have no equipment, so we're not doing great on the whole get equipment thing.
And so, we reach out of the sewers and into the prisons, ascending one step at a time from the filth of the world with our eyes on the glory beyond.
Palace Prison. You emerge from the sewers into the cells of the palace's prison. The land's most reviled enemies rot here. The Emperor, unwilling or perhaps unable to end their misery with execution. You survey your surroundings. The courtyard of the Emperor's chambers are just through that door. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Right next to me? To leave the prison, you'll need the jailer's keys. Oh look, the jailer. Or... Huh. Okay. So get to that guy in order to go through the jail doors. The 40 turns is gone? I had 40 turns to get off the first floor? That seemed exceptionally easy. Huh. Then it was a mistake to move forward then, probably, because I probably needed the ability to, get equipment. What can I trade with? By your hand, may the Emperor's wrath on this land be over. Make me not starve. Make me not starve for 4 steps. Armor of Gluttony. The irony. Alright. You say that other than the Empire soldiers, the palace is oddly devoid of life. Or they say. Who says? Let's double check. They say. Who's they say? I might have skipped a dialogue that said who I was talking to. That's just gone for good now, perhaps? Claw Trolls, Armor of Gluttony.
It is your choice.
We've got that, but I can't wear it yet, because I don't have enough fame, because fame is apparently a resource that resets every time I do a new mission and goes away every single time somehow, even though that's not how fame works. Also, for some reason, you need fame in order to use equipment when you're infiltrating a dungeon and there's literally no one to be famous around because there aren't even peasants and whatnot. What? What do these mechanics mean in universe? You nightmare. Ah, okay, well. I tried. Time to get pain. No, not maxed health. That's not nice.
Bare knuckle combat. You seem to take such joy in violence, and here I was hoping we'd found an intellect fitting for the coming challenges.
One day you come across a bare-knuckled competition in an alley. An old man with a few remaining teeth notes your interest. Fight Northerners, Empires, and Thieves. When choosing your opponent, remember that your purse, if you survive, will depend on how quickly you beat them. Well, thieves are easy to kill. They can't block, and they can't delay me with that long, continuous stun attack they do, I mean the combo where you have to keep countering them. You challenge some thieves that are working the crowd. They glower at the sudden attention. Brum, brum, brum. They even gave me anarchists to make it easy. Hey Kolbjorn, you're back. Look at that helm. That's a good way to dull your swords. His clan avenged, this northerner will be a steadfast ally until his debt to you is paid.
Quickly.
Wow, I don't remember them being that touchy with the constant use of the fire every time you do an attack. Oh, he didn't stagger. I thought he would, because he's not wearing clothes and he got hit by an axe. Oh, well, not wearing armor, I mean. And was cleft in twain. It would appear that I need to put more food cards in this deck. You're one to be reckoned with. Gold is not food. I can't eat that. I'll go. I can't. I don't have the fame for that one. Let's get Gambler's Jewel. Gambler's Jewel could help me, like, next card potentially, but I don't know how soon I'll get to the fame count for the other one. Hey, food. Good. Good timing. Good timing we got there. Good. Yeah. I get food and I get the thing that gives me one life gain card every new map, which might happen at least one more time. Neat. And a bunch of food. Fantastic. This can also give you food. I believe we're hunting, and whoever wins the hunting competition gets gold, right? But I think that if you spare the fabled beast, if you get to them, then that can get you food or something. This is one of the ones that has so many variables in it that it's harder for me to remember what the options are. Alright, so the dice gambit is reduced, and I'm using the dice character, thankfully. Yeah, alright, so the fabled beast is not going to be involved in this at all, because you have to draw, I think you have to draw the mega, super awesome, ultra success card in order to do that. But hey, I did that, it happened. Didn't quite happen. I said that the gambit would help, the ring would help me in one step, and it helped me 2 steps later, which is fine. Looks like a tie, the farmer announces. For ridding my land of this foul beast, I offer you both a share of my bountiful harvest. Oh, cool. Is it food? I thought it was gold. I don't remember. There's a lot going on with this card. It's usually a gain card, though, unless you get mauled by a boar. That's pretty bad for you.
Not the keys to the kingdom, perhaps, but enough.
The jailer looks genuinely surprised to see you in his prison. What in the Emperor's name are you doing down here? Persuade the jailer to hand over his keys. You attempt to persuade the jailer to hand over his keys without bloodshed. Hey, what a nice coincidence. I have this companion right now. Shit. Shit. How could you roll that poorly? That shouldn't be possible. Of course it's possible. That's how dice work. But, man, it's improbable. Yeah, I didn't even have to use Kolbjorn. I'm not dying for this, you know? They're not locked in here with me. I'm locked in here with them. The jailer hands over his ring of keys and slinks away, really proud of it, the quote that he made of Rorschach from Watchmen? Hey, Dark Alley. These people are carrying a chest. That's an easy fight. Don't know what the chest is. Otherwise, I can go for Wreath's Ire, which I can't use yet. I'm probably more interested in what is in the other chest, to be honest. Especially since if I draw the old man card, I'll get Retha's Ire, possibly. Although I might have missed it on that previous floor because I thought I was racing a 40-step limit for the entire dungeon because that would make sense, but instead, no, not at all. Which way will you go? Visible enemies. They're easy to kill.
Slannis says no witnesses.
How did Slannis get Northerners and plague victims to work for him? I feel like this scenario doesn't make sense, right?
Like, this guy said no witnesses.
Alright, so they're people... Okay, so whoever has the chest works for some sort of organization. Most logical thing would be to say, oh, right, it's gonna be corrupted. But sure, I'll accept, like, there could be some... I'm sorry, the most logical solution is thieves. Maybe goblins, but goblins don't attack in this game. But yeah, next logical step is you could say... maybe there could be undead in the group, because the undead could be conjured by whoever the actual faction is, and we've seen undead be individuals. And also there's plenty of bot Empire characters that could be doing naughty things. But Northerners, slightly straining believability, but okay, I mean, anyone from any walk of life can do a thing. But corrupted are supposed to be like shitty, mindless monsters. How are they working for the criminal underworld? Executioner's Axe. If mere metal can crave death, this does. Blood does not stain it. In fact, it seems to feed it. Nyam, 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 nyam.
Nothing good is found in cities.
Feed me. There we go. Ah. I'm trying to think of like the logistics, like maybe they have, oopsie, like maybe they have like corrupted like thralls that are kicking around on chains. But if you're doing a Black Ops sort of thing where you don't want any witnesses, then why are you bringing corrupted with you to carry stolen loot? Like, in what part of stealing or smuggling a chest of weird loot does having corrupted thralls on chains help you? I'm trying to think of like excuses for why the corrupted could be there, but even the excuses I think of don't work. The custodians defeated, you break open the locked chest. I could use max health instead, honestly. Secret compartment, maybe I can get inside of that. Oh, look, I have the right companion for this one too. Colbjorn's a really good gambit companion, but my ring's working out for me. You find some equipment. What is it gonna be? Chef's charm. Double healing from food. Ooh. The Great Lake Nivian is perpetually shrouded in fog and mystery. What? Oops, I didn't mean to open that. Do I not understand? I must not know something about how the Lady of the Lake works. What? I thought that she would draw... She draws equipment for you, right? And I have like a weapon in the deck to draw. I have Retha's Ire. What? What's this crazy shit where you have a platinum card in your deck and it doesn't even do anything when you step on it? That's horrible to have a platinum card not do something.
Trust any who dwell here.
It's a whole platinum slot of your deck, which you can only usually have like one. Ow. Prisoner. You meet a prisoner bound in chains. The manacles keep her rations just out of reach. Hey you, she whispers hoarsely. If you free me, I know all the ins and outs around here. Get the key from the jailer and let me out. Sure. The prisoner sobs. Even if I don't make it out alive, at least I won't die starved and chained to a wall. What do you know about the area? Ooh, prison wraith. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Or maybe I should experiment with it, I don't know, but it seems like a bad idea. She points at an innocuous spot on the wall. The jailer loots the dead and hides their valuables behind a loose brick. He either doesn't know or doesn't care that I've seen him do it. Oh, there's money over there apparently. Neat. How does one continually need a food supply for this mission that's clearly taking place over the course of like an hour total? Just like the other, like... It's the same problem as the plague mission. Many of the missions are like you're going on a grand journey through the forest to find a wizard, and you literally every time you take a step, the game's like it's been a day now. But much like the plague mission, this clearly is taking place over the course of like an hour, and so the rate at which you, like the idea that you starve to death is insane. You find the weapon merchant. Okay, so this is the one where I lose my companion, but I get a thing of whatever. These are not fantastic options, honestly. But I'll get this one because it reveals stuff. That's pretty good, actually. That's actually really good. Yeah, every time I get a gambit, it'll reveal a card on that floor, and every tile gives me a gambit. Basically, I was full of shit when I said that those aren't great options. Return to Rumstock is a fame check? Is 15 enough fame?
It's you, the legendary hero.
Ooh, 15 food, yes. That's a lot of food. That's even more food. You spend the remainder of the day and most of the night in the village tavern, getting even more famous, you famous-ass man. The problem is I don't know what Prison Mage and Prison Wraith are yet. They could be cool, potentially. I don't know. I don't know if a Prison Mage is a mage who is imprisoned, or if they are a mage that works at the prison, because you get very different reactions to those, because it's either someone I can free or someone who will try to kill me. And even the Wraith sounds like a bad thing, but I could be surprised.
Ah, what secrets a simple chest may hold.
This cell contains only a treasure chest held shut by a sturdy lock. Fortunately, you already have the key. Open it.
That is
It's a mimic.
One of the secrets.
This game has mimics. That's not nice. While you fuss with the lock, an eye blinks open on the chest. The lid yawns wide, revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth. The creature latches onto your leg, its teeth piercing straight through your armor. 3 pain cards. Fuck. 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 I am down to 64 max health. At this point, I think I've suffered more max health pain cards than I have health pain cards. Ooh. I get equipment. I'm gonna go for defense. No. Empire's Burden. I have to make sure I get that before I cross that one encounter that might... Ooh. Extinguisher. Sure. Because there's an encounter... Oh my goodness. That's where all of his loot is? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy I helped. What I'm saying is I need to make sure I have Empire's Burden before I find the card that powers it up, which admittedly might have been in the sewers, so who knows. The jailer's key fits the lock and the door swings open. Ba-doing. Alright. Have I not revealed anything else yet? Huh.